Hi, happy Tuesday. I'm a little late today, but I thought I would get on today and talk about mask policy and how corporate rules internationally are being injected into our landscape. And that all began and was able to happen starting January 30th, 2020, when the World Health Organization interjected in the matter of the global emergency. This allowed, or essentially dropped borders and previous rules, allowing corporations to operate without the nation in mind, where before they had to do all that, but not anymore. And it's a whole new landscape. So, this involves not a mask adventure. And it was an adventure by my friend Tracy, who has become my friend over not a mask, actually. It's kind of funny. We kind of knew each other before, but now we're going back and forth. And she went to Indigo. Now, she's had two adventures, actually, in the last few days. First, Orange Theory Fitness denied her wearing not a mask after they had allowed it 7 times. It was part of her signing up that she could wear it because she can't wear a mask. She can't breathe. She's working out. In any case, she was told that she couldn't wear it. And so now she suspended her membership there. And we're going back and forth. So she goes into Indigo here in Regina this week. It was yesterday. And she gets told that she can't wear it. Now, she's been in there a number of times, but today it's a problem. Or yesterday. It was quite the little episode, unfortunately. Now, she got a little upset right away and left the store. And then she turned around and went, no, I need to go back. So she went back and she was talking to the gal up front. She was recording her. And the girl didn't like it too much that she was recording. And she mentioned that in the recording. And Tracy said, well, it's my right. When the manager came over finally, he acknowledged that it was being recorded, the conversation, and said, fine. In any case, throughout that conversation, what was absolutely shocking and should, have Indigo apologizing, because this girl on tape or on recorder told her that she was selfish because she didn't want to put on her paper mask. Now, again, she was wearing the not a mask, doing her part. Again, why I created this, so that we weren't getting attacked for being selfish. So here she is, trying to comply with their edicts, and, she's told she's selfish. So I thought that was really, really crappy of them. I really did. In any case, smart woman, she got their policy. And this is pure gold, my friends, because this is what we need to start obtaining. And I want to go through it with you because this is their COVID-19 mandatory customer mask protocol. I can't impress on people enough how important it is to get our hands on these documents because this is their in-house guide. So I'm going to read through it and then we can discuss it because it's super important to understand how this is occurring. We're being discriminated against even when we're in compliance. But you're going to find out in reading this policy that they have their own set of rules, contrary to our public health order. Interesting. Okay, mandatory mask protocol. After careful consideration and review of industry best practices, and as a part of our regular review of Indigo procedures, we have updated this protocol to provide better clarity on what types of masks are acceptable for use by customers to ensure a consistent experience. Indigo continues to require all customers inside Indigo locations wear masks. The only exception is for children under the age of 2. Accommodations. Entry to Indigo locations will not be permitted for any customers who are unable to wear a mask, for instance, due to a medical requirement. For any customers who are unwilling to wear a mask, or for any customers who are unwilling to wear a mask. Indigo will accommodate these customers by serving them online at indigo.ca and through contactless curbside pickup at stores where it is available. So basically get out and go around the back. Please refer to the deaf and hard of hearing customer accommodation protocol for details to assist those requiring additional assistance as a result of the mask mandate. Approved masks. In line with regional and provincial requirements and in consultation with medical professionals, the table below outlines what type of face masks are approved and not approved for use at Indigo. Customers can wear either non-medical disposable masks and cloth masks made of a tightly woven fabric material and completely and comfortably covers the nose, mouth, and chin without gaping and fits securely to the head with ties or ear loops while in our stores. Now here is their diagram of what is acceptable. Now, as you're going to see, even the one with the air vent is not acceptable to Indigo. Cloth or disposable. But what you're going to find here, interestingly enough, is there's no designation for ply, which is mandated. No designation on paper disposable mask. Everything else, out. Health Canada guidelines available here provide information on the efficacy of various types of masks and face coverings. Provinces and territories have also provided details and resources to illustrate approved masks that will fit within their mask mandates. And then they have each province listed. Interestingly enough, no territories. Didn't notice that before. Oh no, they got Yukon in there. But they don't have the Northwest Territories. I'm telling you, I think it's getting reorganized. It's not here. Let's keep our eye on that. Have we lost part of our country? Now they got Starbucks in here. As outlined in our food and drink protocol, customers may not consume food or drink in our stores. For stores with landlocked Starbucks cafes, and our protocol extends into the cafe space, meaning that any food or beverage items purchased at those Starbucks cafes cannot be consumed in Starbucks or in our store. Okay, so you can go to Starbucks, but you can't eat. For Starbucks cafes with their own entrances, Starbucks protocols will apply within their space, which may include allowing customers to consume food and beverages in the cafe. So of course, if it's a standalone. The gates between Starbucks and our stores will remain closed at this time, and customers will not be allowed to consume food or beverages within the Indigo space. Now this is great. Signage and messaging. Stores should continue to display the 24 by 36 mask mandate sign outside their open entrance. If your sign is damaged, replacement signs can be ordered through Indigo, Staples, Copy, and Print Protocol. You should see a banner that will direct you on how to order the appropriate sign on Coroplast, a durable material. Stores should also print and post the safe masking sign, English and French, in their greeter station in a prominent location at the front of their store if they do not have a greeter station. This sign helps to illustrate for our customers what types of masks are acceptable. Now, I've been in marketing back for years. I started in understanding all of this. And again, here's your supplies, here's your POS. This is what they're getting. It's all completely organized. And it's part of the opening of the store each day. Now, greeters. Now, what Tracy ran into at Indigo was a greeter. and kind of like the mask police. So they've actually installed their person in many locations. Greeters should follow the updated COVID-19 talking points messages and leverage practices from the customer de-escalation training as needed. As always, your safety is a priority, and no Indigo employee should engage with any aggressive or confrontational individual. Escalations should be referred to the MOD and leverage key support materials. Regional Director, Mall Security, non-emergency police numbers if de-escalation is unsuccessful. Keep updated emergency contact lists available. Emergency boards secured in a safe place as needed. To support de-escalation, we have revised the Workplace Violence Safe Work Practices. This guide has multiple scenarios outlining how to deal with friction from customers, including signs of someone becoming violent or protocols, do's and don'ts, which store teams can adapt in the event of that a situation escalates. Vendors. In addition to our customers wearing masks, staff are reminded that all contracted technicians, delivery people, and vendor representatives are required to wear masks while on site. And then they have the related resources. The Health Canada non-medical mask guidelines, Customer Situation De-escalation Leader Playbook, the Customer Situation De-escalation Responses Quick Reference, Customer Situation De-escalation Coaching Guide, Workplace Violence Safe Work Practices, Emergency Contact List, Updated Vendor Protocol, and Indigo Guideline for mandatory face masks. You see, my friends, these policies are within the entire chain. And although they say they're adaptive, they're not really adaptive. Because, well, in their own, they're not mentioning 2 layers or the way that the mandate actually lays out. This is a real difficulty because, again, with the police sitting up front, or the mask police, you can't get by. And again, you can't even wear a variation within AirVent, which a lot of people have invested in because they want to breathe. Crazy times. It was interesting because I had a short conversation with the mask expert from Edmonton today. And you know, they're getting play in North Dakota, and there's progress in these places. But in Canada, he's saying it's not moving. And this is why, because this is being able to run roughshod through every province. And again, the corporations, stakeholders like Agenda 2030 stakeholders, which I imagine Indigo is at the forefront. So here we are. I'm using my non-mask. I have no problem with it. None. Because I will exercise my exemption. I certainly wouldn't be giving Indigo any money, particularly, again, after, if I guess their de-escalation technique at Indigo is to call someone who is trying to understand what's going on selfish. That didn't show much class, I can tell you that. In any case, they won't be getting my business again. Making it up corporately. Now, what was interesting about her conversation as well is that the young mask police girl, she said that we don't accept these because if they get wet, they don't work. And the fact is, Tracy tried to explain to her, well, that doesn't happen because it's away from my face. There's room, so we don't have a humidity problem. Again, they have been trained to handle us, and it's all about de-escalation. It is, again, about their safety. So when we even walk into these chains and we want to talk, we're treated as confrontational, and that's built into this. It's the ultimate gaslighting is what's going on. And again, policies injected from another land And that's not ours, it's China. Now, we're all talking about the vaccination passports that are imminent. And they are imminent because it's like a steamroller, like before with the mask. And what it is it starts in recommendations from WHO or from the World Health Organization. But the mentioning of how they're going to confront it, because of course this is a drama, and you have to, when you follow the World Health Organization, they're part of that drama. And a lot of it's real. How are we going to implement all of these changes to keep people safe? And what's happening is, unfortunately, they're rolling through. So the G7 members, which are, and I'm going to familiarize you with them all, they're all getting together. And this is the top of their hot list right now, is how we're going to travel between nations. Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, United Kingdom, and the United States. And then as well as representatives of the European Union meet at the G7 summit. Now they're not having a summit quite yet, but what they are is discussing travel between nations. Hold on. Wrong. You have to prove that the air you are breathing with the mask is fit. Yeah, Tracy, but I'm telling you, they don't have to, because what they do is de-escalate you, okay? Again, there's all these challenges, and these are happening, but at the end of the day, what we have to do is go after Indigo and their policy. And again, this is where we get wet. We're not slobbering, but the thing is, the mask is a humid nightmare. It is and does get wet. We don't get all wet and under this. In any case, the problem is that there are health and safety standards, but right now it's all about the safety of those workers. And again, the corporation using their workers, and they are using them for their safety to implement these draconian measures and making them stick forever. That's the idea. That again, what people are failing to understand is that anyone who is openly saying they don't want to wear a mask, what you are doing is, and especially when you say that you're wearing it for a health condition, what you're doing is actually outing yourself as to a reason why you can't be in their location, because they don't want to be liable for you. They don't. This is the idea. This is why. They want no liability. If somebody has a heart attack in their store, like if you're one of those people saying, I can't wear a mask, and you walk in and you're not wearing a mask and you have a heart attack, again, it's all about liability. They don't want that person in the store. This is a way to actually exclude people from the customer base and give them alternatives so that they don't have to interact. This is what's happening. I talked to him. No, he doesn't have time for Canada. And he's also said that it's not happening here. He said that he can't break it, like not right now. We didn't get that far into it, but his efforts are in the US right now, as far as I can see, and dealing with media. Right now, yes, we have to go after chains. The few experts there are so busy trying to keep up that, again, there's no strategies being created, particularly in Canada. In fact, it's not even being confronted. That's the frustrating part. But we're working on it. Right now, what we need to do is get our hands on the policies, because we need to know what they're doing. When we don't have these policies in our hand, we're working blind, and we're actually going after things that won't matter. And these policies matter. And that's what I encourage everyone to do. Go in, and if you're in a corporation or somewhere where they say you cannot wear, you're not a mask, or you cannot go barefaced anymore when you have been granted that privilege for months and months. If they're closing the door to us, then what we need to do is find out why and get the goods. We need the goods. Okay, so we're back to the group of 7 because these are the people. Okay, so what's happening right now is the World Health Organization is discussing the matter of vaccine passports and safe travel. Even though COVID-related travel was 2% globally, it doesn't matter what's going on. Unfortunately, they're steamrolling this. So Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, UK, and United States, and members of the European Union are all talking about this. So I thought I would bring up the article that does talk about this and read it so that we all have the goods here too. Okay. What is the vaccine passport for international travel? Very live discussion among G7 countries. Haju. As countries continue to vaccinate larger segments of their populations, Federal Health Minister Patty Haju says that discussions about introducing some form of vaccine passports are very live among the G7 countries. We're certainly working on the idea of vaccine passports with our G7 partners. I was on a call with my G7 health minister counterparts just a couple of weeks ago, and that is a very live issue, Haju said in an interview on CTV's Question Period. While Haju wouldn't say if it's an idea Canada is pushing for, requiring for some form of Canada's pushing for, requiring some sort of proof of vaccination to travel to Canada, she said other nations and industry groups are looking into the kind of evidence or documentation that could be requested in order to travel internationally. We'll be coming back to Canadians as we understand more about the intentions of our counterparts internationally, and as we understand more about that will unfold around the world. Some European countries have begun to sign what they'll be requesting proof of immunization against COVID-19 to allow foreign travelers to enter. In a similar way to how nations like Canada are requiring non-essential visitors to show a pre-departure negative test. Canada is currently not allowing people to show a proof of vaccination as a way to be permitted. In any case, it's in play. Now, of course, they're making it like this is an organic conversation, but it's not. Because today, this came up. Where the heck did it go? Here we go. China launches COVID-19 vaccine passport for cross-border travel. That's today. So the live discussion is happening. And China isn't a G7 leader. Okay, they're not a member of the G7. They're a developing nation in the United Nations. But they are launching the vaccine passport. China has launched a digital COVID-19 vaccination certificate for its citizens planning cross-border travels, joining other countries issuing similar documents as they see ways to reopen their economies. As vaccines are globally being rolled out, a few countries, including Bahrain, have already introduced certificates identifying vaccinated people, and the European Union agreed to develop vaccine passports under pressure from tourism-dependent southern countries. The certificate issued by China will have details about the holder's COVID-19 vaccination information and coronavirus test results. The Department of Consular Affairs under China's Foreign Ministry said on its website. Foreign Minister Wang Yi said on Sunday, the aim of the certificate is to achieve mutual verification of information such as nucleic acid testing and vaccination, and contribute to safe and orderly interaction of people. It is not immediately clear with which countries China is talking to get its COVID-19 certificate recognized. China has also announced any relaxation of quarantine restrictions for people arriving in China who are vaccinated against COVID-19. So they haven't done that yet. Existing quarantine requirements should remain in place for people arriving in China, as it is possible for vaccinated people can still be infected by the virus, a spokesperson from China's National Health Commission said in February. So it doesn't protect you, again, from the virus. It's not a done deal. We know that. Now, the alert or the alarm bells for me is the fact that the G7, the leaders of the world stage are discussing it. But China, the developing nation in which the World Health Organization is taking direction in this crisis, are the first ones to come out with this and actually integrate it into international systems. They're on it. And again, that tells me that, well, they're running the show. Behind it all, this is all inspired by China. The China model being literally infused into our country. That's what's happening here. The fact is, it's interesting. I've got something else to pull up for you because I watched this woman on Gravitas. It's a show from India, a news show. Now she's pretty punchy. I love her personality. And I'm getting a whole lot of information there from an Indian perspective because, again, India and China are kind of head to head. And it's interesting to hear what they have to say. Now, this show is, 100% in on the virus. They believe it all. But I found some great screenshots today. So apparently AstraZeneca in the EU and around that area, they have distributed doses that they have there ready to go, and then their doses administered and doses unused. Now they're trying to bring this unused dosage narrative to a matter of access. Now, of course, like in places like Canada, we all have access. In the United States, they've all had access. I know Canadians getting the vaccine in Palm Springs, and they're having no trouble obtaining. In any case, this is interesting. In Germany, AstraZeneca doses distributed was 1.452 million. Doses administered, 189,000. Doses unused. 1,262,000 unused. It's not so popular. In Belgium, 201,000 doses distributed. Doses administered, just about 10,000. Doses unused, 191,000. When I saw this, I got a little hopeful there. I keep trying not to get hopeful because the hope factor is being injected into our world every day. And when I see the steamroller going, just like the mask, I know that we're in trouble. In any case, in Italy, AstraZeneca sent out 500,000 doses. They've only administered 100,000, which leaves 402,000 left over. My cousin got the AstraZeneca gene therapy the other day, this weekend, and my cousin sent me, it's her brother, she sent me a little letter, and the whole family, they have a bunch of family in North America, so she does the CC to everybody. And she told us of my cousin getting it, and it was okay for a bit, but by that night he had his headache was so bad and his temperature 38.9. 3 days. In bed, a mess. And she was asking us what vaccine we were planning on getting, and if we had another brand to recommend besides the AstraZeneca. Of course, I wrote her back right away and said, you need to look at your brother. He's right there before your very eyes. You can see what's going on here. And what we need to do is, I think you should do some research. It's not a matter of brand. It's the matter of the nature of the product. And again, you should research. Now, she's a teacher, but here's the thing. Her dad was a doctor. She's about 40, still lives at home. She's very sheltered. She's not really ever traveled or anything. Whatever your reality is, you believe it. Now, of course, I've not received anything back, and I was very kind about it, but I said, please do some research and look into it. And I'm not doing it. My mom and dad aren't doing it. And there's a reason for that. Again, it's everybody's journey, but all we can do is try and at least say something and say, if you have any questions, come back to me and I'm happy to speak to you. But other than that, it's something that we have to allow everyone their process. And I started thinking the other day, because I believe in karma, I believe I believe in lifetimes, and I thought, if you're one of the people that are unwittingly and trustingly going ahead and doing, and if something does happen, I mean, isn't that karma in itself, isn't it? It's lessons, because that's what life is all about. I never take a loss as a loss. I always take it as a lesson, because again, that's why we're here. And that's how you become a master, and that's how you become wise. And that's what I'm after, truly. Honestly, that's the name of the game for me. I want to see people evolve. And to me, the greatest, even though this totally sucks, and I'm sure we all can all agree, what I just love about what has occurred is the fact that people have grown, and they are growing as a result. It's really forcing us to refine who we hang around and who we expose ourselves to. And I think it's forcing us, a lot of us, to really raise our vibration. I mean, I don't talk about that a lot, but it truly is. It's about aligning with souls that are aligned with yours. And having the groups, I would watch and read a lot of comments, and I would see people being so upset about the relationships that had fallen apart. And I keep saying, that's a gift. Like, the thing is, people don't understand that. The jig is up. The mask is off. For the first time in our lives in Canada, we've been really confronted with something that's so much bigger than us and what we ever grew up to believe about our country. It's shattering all expectations. And as a result, I think it's forcing us to, again, confront ourselves, confront how we've contributed to where we are now. And again, brought people together that are speaking the same language. Because honestly, this is the first time in my life I've been speaking the same language with people. I'm finally clear about where I need to be. And again, it's in these difficult times, everybody has their own individual experience, and we're all going through levels of it. I hope that we use this as, well, to leverage strength, because we've never been taught that here. We have had it easier. We have. I watched Telegram, and I'm following this guy, Jack Dawkins. Oh my God. His content on Telegram is unbelievable, because he's getting a total worldview. And like, from where you watch it and you're going, holy, this world it's going off right now. It is. Between the volcanoes that are just going off everywhere. I think we got like, it was like 12 or 13 in 3 days. It's insane. Weather phenomenons, pictures of the tsunami waves coming in New Zealand, people moving to higher ground, missiles in Saudi Arabia, Syria. It's crazy. In any case, this is a real shift of the globe on so many frontiers. And again, most of it in those areas, not COVID. In any case, please, if you are out and about and in a corporation and you are maskless or, again, just inquisitive, have time to go in and say, hey, can I get your policies? I need the policies. This is going to help us figure out, again, and construct pushback, legal action perhaps. Again, we need the goods. But understand that when it's in print like this, it's not going anywhere. And their idea is to de-escalate you. We've been identified, or people that question have already been identified as a liability. And Indigo just put out 6 pages on it. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I've got a chicken in the oven and I'm ready to eat it. Have a great day. Ciao for now.